Namaste. Welcome and thank you for your yoga practice today. Today we will be focusing on opening the heart with a gratitude-focused yin flow. You'll need 2 blocks or something of a similar shape and density for your practice. And as you're ready, we'll meet together in Virasana or Hero's Pose. So just seated back on the knees. If you'd like, you can even use one of the blocks underneath your seat to make this a bit more comfortable for you. So as you begin to settle into your seat here, let's bring the eyes closed and the hands into your lap. And start to loosen up through the shoulders. You can even give them a few rolls around towards the back and towards the front. Releasing through the neck, maybe dropping one ear to one shoulder, and then the other. Getting any final wiggles and shakes out of the body that you need before we come into some stillness here. Start to close the eyes and begin to drop into the breath. So often our gratitude practice is felt and resides in the heart space, our Anahata chakra, that space right behind the breastbone. So begin to feel into that space in the body. Notice the sensations that are there. Notice where your body, where your heart is at in this moment. And give yourself some time to meet yourself there. Just begin to notice, not trying to change. Just breathing with what is for a moment. Let's bring the palms together, hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Taking a silent and small bow of gratitude here at the very beginning of our practice. I'm feeling grateful for the time that we have to dedicate to ourselves. Grateful for this practice, this ancient wisdom that has been passed down to us. Grateful for our ability to be able to watch this. I'm grateful for this ability to connect through this beautiful practice, through space, through time. You may release the hands. Softly open up the eyes. Beautiful. We'll get started in Anahatasana, or puppy pose in yin. So we'll turn over to the side and come onto all hands and knees in a tabletop pose. And as you're ready, extend the hands towards the top of your mat and begin to lift the hips up and back as you begin to drop down into the elbows and the forehead. Good. So right away you can start to feel this sort of attunement to the heart space physically. We feel the heart melting down towards the mat as the shoulders draw onto the back. And we begin to find our breath. In positions like these, we're given almost a closer look into the energies around our heart space. And as we open that physical space up, we give it some extension, give it some space. And it's almost as if the feelings or emotions that are residing there are allowed to expand. They come more to the forefront of our awareness. So take that little seed of awareness that we just found at the very beginning and see if you can expand on that. Really notice the breath and the emotions that are lingering in your heart space today. And begin to activate back through the palms. And softly lift up out of the shoulders. Bring the palms back underneath you. Find a cat pose. So press against the floor and puff up into the back body. Send the heart up towards the sky. Drop the chin in towards the chest. Good, let's release. And come forward onto our bellies. We'll take a Sphinx pose. So bring your elbows under the shoulders, forearms can extend out before you as you lower down onto the hips and the belly. So feeling the heart draw forward a bit here as your collarbones spread across the chest. And then feeling that slight lift up through the heart that helps bring that compression into the low back. Now maybe the heels drop out to the sides, the legs can relax a bit here. And maybe even releasing chin in towards the chest if that feels okay for your neck. You can close the eyes. Continue tuning in. And beginning to notice not only the sensations around the heart space, but also the activity in the mind. Especially still early in our practice here, you might have some lingering thoughts or worries, maybe to-dos, just sort of the clutter of day-to-day living. Maybe you'd like to visualize your breath, helping you to clear some space. So So as you inhale, imagine the breath swirling around the mind, gathering all the thoughts, the worries. And as you exhale, imagine all of that releasing, letting go. Sighing out through an open mouth. Feeling free to sag into the shoulders a little bit if you feel them growing tired. Allow the whole body to be supported by the floor. And let the elbows splay out to the sides as you slowly lower yourself all the way down. Take one cheek onto the mat. Let the spine release as the tailbone extends behind you. And gently switch the gaze, taking opposite cheek to the mat. Now coming back to center, lift up onto your elbows once more. I will come into broken wing pose. So you're going to extend your left arm out long beside you into a half T shape. Your right palm comes underneath the right shoulder. Lower the left cheek down onto the mat, looking to the right. And as you press into the right palm, roll all the way over onto your left side. Your shoulders and your hips are going to stack one on top of the other. Now you have an option with that top leg. You can bring the right foot behind the left thigh, knee up towards the sky. This is the juicier version of the pose. If that feels like too much for your shoulder today, just bring the right knee out in front of you towards the right, resting your knee on the mat. Good. Find what works for you. Find what challenges you but also helps you feel a sense of relaxation. And beginning to feel that compression, the twist across the spine, as well as this beautiful expansion across the chest. Maybe dropping deeper into the heart space here. We can begin to cultivate our gratitude practice. reminding ourselves how grateful we are that we were able to wake up this morning. Grateful we are to have a home, a warm bed. Grateful for our families and our loved ones. Grateful for our yoga practice. Grateful for the air in our lungs and Mother Earth that allows us to experience this beautiful, extraordinary life. Gently begin to unwind, drawing the right knee back down towards the floor, right shoulder follows. Good. Come out slowly, bend both elbows and stack the palms and rest the forehead. Good, take a few breaths. Just notice the response in the body. And as you're ready, release the hands. Come back up onto your elbows and we'll set up for the same pose on the second side. So stretch the right arm out long beside you. Left palm underneath left shoulder. Come down onto the right cheek. As you press the left hand into the mat, roll onto the right side. Again, finding a position for that left leg that fits you best today. And then closing the eyes, melting in. Maybe beginning to feel the muscles around the face begin to soften. Forehead, eyebrows, cheeks, and jaw. Allow everything to soften. Let's softly release. Rolling back down onto left side. Take your time to unwind. Once again, stacking the palms and letting the forehead just come to rest. Feel the spine neutralize. And maybe feel a sense of lightness across the back body. And release the palms, bring them back underneath the shoulders. We're going to press up and back into a child's pose, but keeping the knees closed for this one. So knees and ankles come together, sit back on the heels, and then round the belly over your thighs, bringing the forehead down onto the mat, and then reach your arms behind you, so fingertips reaching towards the toes, and really round in on top of yourself here. Breathing into the back body. Ourselves to close in for a moment. Drawing our energy, drawing our awareness deeper inwards. And then let's bring the palms back under the shoulders. Gently press yourself up, lifting the shoulders back over the hips. Let's come down towards your back. Go ahead and grab your blocks. We're going to set up for a supported fish pose to help close us out and take one final beautiful heart opening. So you'll take your first block at its medium height, about 2 feet in from the back of your mat. And then your second block at its highest height, right at the base or the back of your mat. And you might have to play with the distance before. This first block here is going to go in between the shoulder blades, and this back block here is for the back of your head. So extend the legs out long in front of you and begin to lower yourself down. Grab that first block and wedge it in between the shoulder blades. Make sure you feel nice and supported. And then grab the second block and bring it right at the base of the skull. Feel free to adjust and wiggle as you need to. And then as you're ready, let the toes turn out and let the palms rest open towards the sky. Good. It's feeling this beautiful lift open of the chest towards the sky. Getting this bit of length in the back of the neck as the chin drops in. And then just allow yourself to release here. and guide the awareness back into the heart space. Beginning to call into your heart anything else that you'd like to give gratitude to today. You can silently repeat to yourself, I am grateful for, I am grateful for, or just simply repeating the mantra, I am grateful. My heart is full of gratitude for the beauty of life. When I honor and prioritize gratitude, then my life is full of abundance. Feeling free to stay in this position for your Shavasana if you're enjoying it. If you would prefer a traditional Shavasana, begin to flip the palms down, draw the chin in towards the chest, and slowly lift yourself up off the blocks. You can set them off to the side and lower down into your Shavasana. Wherever you are, letting the breath swirl around the heart. Letting it burst open in gratitude for this moment. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Feeling free to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you need today. As you're ready, gently bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. Closing with hands to heart center and eyes softly closed. I am so grateful for you and for your yoga practice today. Thank you for making the world a more magical, more heart-centered place. Thank you, thank you, thank you.